We learn more about his courage and bravery on the battlefield in Heroes Among Us, presented by Navy Federal Credit Union.
Today, we honor a singular act of gallantry. And what compels such courage? What leads a person to risk everything so that others might live? Our heroes are all around us. Please join me in saluting one of those heroes, Leroy Petry.
On July 12, 2011, retired Staff Sergeant Leroy Petry visited the White House, where he was awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor from President Obama. At the time, he was just the second living soldier from the Iraq and Afghanistan wars to be presented with the highest and most prestigious award for valor. Like any hero, he's quick to downplay his achievement, but for those who know him, the honor was no surprise. His story began in the quiet town of Santa Fe, New Mexico. The third of 5 children, family and friends would tell you that he was an energetic, likable kid who stayed active. But that did not necessarily translate into success in the classroom. As a teenager, he vividly remembers a day that would prove to be a defining moment in his life.
I was one of those kids back before electronic report cards, run home, check the mailbox, beat mom and dad to it and get the report card, tear it open, and see what kind of grades I could change before they showed up. And I got home and I got a report card and I looked at it. I was the only one on my street. I looked up and down and I looked at it for a second. I saw my name at the top and it had all F's and 1 D.
From that moment on, Petry turned his grades and his future around, eventually graduating high school. His lifelong dream became a reality in 2001 when he went to Fort Benning, Georgia, to Ranger School. He would deploy 8 times to Iraq and Afghanistan, but one of those deployments would change his life forever. While in Afghanistan, his team received an alert that there was a high-value target in their area. As part of a special operations team, he was on alert, hoping to get a chance to capture his enemy.
Majority of the stuff from that day was still, it's vivid in my mind. All I have to do is turn on the switch and go back there. As I looked back to check on my guys again, I noticed behind them there was a pineapple grenade, and immediately recognizing it as a threat. It wasn't there before, and we haven't used pineapple grenades in a very long time. Just instantly reached over, grabbed it with my hand. As I threw it away, as I opened my hand, it exploded right as I released it. And when I came back, sat back up, the hand was completely cut off. I mean, it was gone at the wrist. I mean, that's basically what it looked like. It was radius and the ulna were poking up a little bit. There was a meat skirt, so to speak, hanging around.
That incident would be the end of his fighting days. In 2014, Petry and his family were given a Texas-sized welcome at the George Strait concert at AT&T Stadium. There, he was presented the key to a mortgage-free home from retired Lieutenant General Leroy Sisco. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience that left the Petry family in awe of the love and support of their fellow Americans.